River Plate fans attack Boca Juniors bus, second leg delayed, video. A number of Boca Juniors players have been reportedly exposed to tear gas after River Plate fans attacked the team bus as it arrived for the second leg of the Copa Libertadores final between the legendary rivals. The match was scheduled to kick off at 3 p.m. ET, with Boca and River Square at 2 after one leg, but now it has been delayed several hours, though there's precedence to suggest that River may have to forfeit. South American Football Confederation, CONMEBOL, officials are currently meeting to discuss whether or not the final should go ahead, after reports that a number of Boca players, including Carlos Tevez, were taken unwell in the club's dressing room following the attack. CONMEBOL announced the final would be delayed 3 hours, though some reports say multiple Boca players have been transported to hospital. If the match is not suspended, it would be stunning, but CONMEBOL is apparently insisting that the match must be staged on Saturday. Footage before the match showed an adult strapping flares under the shirt of a child. 2 Boca players have just left via ambulance. Pablo Perez and Jara stands by their decision to postpone match until 1800. Juan G. Arango, Colombia, Italy, at Juan_Arango, Atlanta United has never beaten the New York Red Bulls, but they have struck first at home in the 2018 Eastern Conference Finals as Josef Martinez grabbed yet another goal, his 34th of the season. Despite Atlanta's hefty possessional advantage through the first half hour at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, the goal came on a long cross into the box with only Martinez lurking. The ball from Jeff Laurentaux came in from the deep right flank, and Tim Parker misjudged the flight, letting it sneak over his head. There was Martinez waiting, and he collected with his chest before finishing past Luis Robles on an island. The lead is the first Atlanta has enjoyed this season against New York, and gives Atlanta a significant advantage this season, with just one loss all season after scoring first. Atlanta took that lead into the break, owning 62% possession through the first 45 minutes and holding New York to just one shot, 0 on target. Bradley Wright Phillips was completely neutralized, with just 6 passes received, only 2 in the attacking third. The Major League Soccer playoff finals will take the first step towards determining its participants today as Atlanta meets New York and Portland takes on Sporting KC. It has been chalk the whole way, with the exception of the 5-seed Portland who knocked off 4th-seeded FC Dallas in the knockout round before taking care of rivals Seattle in penalties. First up is the East at 5 p.m. ET, as Atlanta hosts New York hoping to beat the Red Bulls for the first time this season on the third try. New York has been a thorn in Atlanta's side, winning the first 2 meetings a combined 5-1. In fact, they've never beaten the Red Bulls, losing once and drawing once last season. Sporting KC visits Portland at 7:30 p.m. ET. Looking for its first road playoff win in 8 years, without a victory on the road in the postseason in 8 tries. Barcelona and Atletico Madrid drew on Saturday, and now see a new league leader as a result. Andre Silva scored the game's lone goal as Sevilla beat Real Valladolid 1-0 to move back into the lead in the Spanish top flight. Silva headed home from close range on the half-hour mark for his 8th league goal of the season in 12 matches, including his first since late September. Sevilla goalkeeper Girona earned a big win thanks to a double from inside the first 6 minutes, topping Espanyol on the road 3-1. His first came on a corner 4 minutes in, rising high near the penalty area and powering a header into the ground and inside the far post. Just 2 minutes later, he powered home another header on another corner as Girona went 2-0 up immediately. Borja Iglesias brought Espanyol back within 1 with 16 minutes to go, but put the game away at the end of regulation. Stuani's brace moved him into the La Liga goal-scoring lead, with 10 goals in 11 matches. That puts him 1 ahead of Barcelona teammates Lionel Messi and Luis Suarez. The win also moves Girona into the top half, into 7th on 20 points as they jump Eibar, Valencia, and Levante. Athletic Bilbao couldn't hold a lead and slumped to a 1-1 draw as Jamie Mata scored in the 77th minute to share the points and leave Athletic in the relegation zone. Peru Nolasco flicked in a set-piece header on 67 minutes, but Mata was there to equalize 10 minutes later and earn the point. Villarreal, meanwhile, pulled off the relegation zone by beating Real Betis 2-1 at home, as the 3 points pushed them to 16th, 3 points above Athletic. Gerard Moreno and Napoli and Lazio both took the field on Sunday hoping to entrench themselves in a top 4 position, but came away with disappointing draws. Napoli was held off the scoreboard, while Lazio needed a stoppage-time goal just to earn the lone point. It was especially disappointing for Napoli, who hosted basement dwellers Chievo Verona and failed to find the scoresheet. Napoli ripped off 21 total shots, including 8 on net, but could not find an opener. Lorenzo Insigne missed a huge opportunity just minutes after halftime as he ripped wide on a turn and shoot behind the defense. It looked like Insigne expected the offside flag to go up, but it correctly never did. With ticks left on the clock, Amady Diawara attempted an audacious overhead kick and nearly won it in spectacular fashion, but his was just wide right. Lazio found the back of the net, but it took 94 minutes to do so as they drew 1-1 with AC Milan. It was quite a cheap goal for Milan to concede, as Lazio lumped the ball forward, and while Christian Zapata cleared the initial ball with his head, it wasn't nearly far enough, and it fell to Joaquin Correa, who flicked it up in the air and then volleyed a speculative effort on net that squeaked past Gianluigi Donnarumma. That cancelled out Franck Kessier's opener that had come in the 78th minute, a deflected effort that banged hard off the tucked arm of Lazio defender. The draw leaves Lazio in fourth, unable to extend their 1 point above fifth-place Milan. Empoli picked up a huge 3 points by downing 10-man Atalanta 3-2 with a goal from Matheus Silvestre in the 92nd minute. The 34-year-old Argentinian headed in off a corner for a huge victory, moving Empoli out of the relegation zone and into 17th position with 12 points. Serbian midfielder Josip Ilicic had been stupidly sent off in the 84th minute, earning a yellow card for a tackle in transition, and then immediately sent off for dissent. That left Empoli to go for the win in the dying minutes with the game level at 2-2. Parma moved into sixth in the table with a 2-1 victory over Sassuolo. All three goals were scored in the first half, with Parma going 2-up on a 25th-minute winner from 36-year-old Portuguese defender Bruno Alves, the first Parma goal for Alves, who joined this summer on a free transfer from Rangers. It's the fourth one-goal victory for Parma this season, jumping a point above Roma in the league table. Elsewhere, Genoa and Sampdoria drew 1-1 after early goals from Christophe Piatek and Quagliarella cancelled out. Fiorentina popped off 19 shots on a visit to Bologna, but only managed 5 of those on target as they drew 0-0.